Sweet. Beautiful. Top notch. So, I've only flown this a few times, and it took me a while to get the hang of it. Let's go ahead and get the put the in-flight engineer to work.
Cockpit pre-flight. Completed. Voice recorder. Tested. Oil coolers and cow flaps. Auto in position.
So the last time I
Checked.
used the flight engineer for a couple things, it froze my sim, so
Checked.
I'm probably only going to do
Radios.
up to before takeoff and then just control the rest of the airplane from there. It's manageable.
Checked.
It's not hard at all.
Doors and hatches.
See if we can go take a look at the cabin real quick.
Door warning lights. Out.
We can't go into the cabin.
Gear pins.
That's unfortunate.
Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles. Set to idle. Propellers. Forward and 3. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
Cool. Now he doesn't set all the mixtures, so I gotta do that myself. Don't care about carb heating. Also, here, that's right. You disable the gust lock to turn off this throttle interlock. That was another thing that hung me up. Alright, let's start these engines up. We set us up to start number 3 first. So is also set the magneto before you rotate the engine. You don't want to do that.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Like you can even see the cowl, the engine shaking and rattling inside there. So cool. All right, we'll start number 2 next. Nice. Go to number 4. Yeah, okay. And starting one. And that's it. Take the ground power off. To the after start check.
Start selected boost pumps. Off and off. Battery switch. Claim battery. Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power.
I wish that Boeing 307,
Start checks complete.
was it the 307 or the 337? I don't remember. That Stratoliner was done in this level of quality. The engines are idling, so everything's rattling away. Alright. Propellers all the way forward. Mixtures are in auto rich. I'm going to lock those. Put in some flap. Go ahead and get the exterior lights turned on. All right. Let's call for a runway here. Departing to the south, we'll say.
Ground Clipper 6 with Echo request taxi for takeoff south departure.
Clipper 6 taxi to and halt short of runway 10 left using taxiway Alpha Alpha 1. Contact tower on 120.2 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 10 left using taxiway Alpha Alpha 1 Clipper 6.
Sweet. All right. Parking brake off. We'll just go for this taxiway over here. Personally, I think the progressive taxi is a bit intrusive, but in the older Sims there was a much fainter little pink arrow. have to try the PMDG 737 next. One more thing we have to do. We're gonna do a run up here on the end of the runway real quick just to make sure everything's okay. And then I gotta tune my first VOR beacon since we're flying VOR to VOR in this. The Spirit plane has to take off anyway. Turn progressive taxi off. Okay. Let's do an engine run up real quick. Okay. Cool. So what's this first VOR we're heading towards? Not that it's really necessary. We could just you just follow that little GPS that's up there, but yeah, just for the hell of it, I'll go ahead and play around with the VORs. If I can remember how to do it. So this guy, DHP, is 113.9, which is already set there. 113.9. And the cool thing is, I think that swings already. So yeah, we're already heading 227. So there's like a radio direction finder on this gauge that points directly to it. But all right, I think we're ready to take off.
Tower Clipper 6 ready for departure to the south at runway 10 left.
Clipper 6, wind 157 at 5. Traffic is ATR 72 on final. Departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left, Clipper 6.
How close is that? Oh, I think that's him way out there in the distance, so we should be okay. But we gotta scoot. Alright. Full power. Gear up. Flaps up.
Clipper 6 continue for south departure.
Tower Clipper 6 continue for south departure.
Let's bring back those props just a bit here. Back to 25. Should be fine. Start our turn to the left.
Clipper 6 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Tower Clipper 6 frequency change.
Set those cowl flaps to also. Okay. Let's get us pointed straight towards that VOR station. Actually, what I should probably do. Don't worry about it. So go ahead and bring in the gyro pilot. Let's turn this on and engage it.
Tower Southwest 412 at runway 10 left, ready for departure IFR to Punta Cana. Southwest 412, altimeter 29.9 tree, wind 157 at 5. Traffic is ATR 72 on final. Caution the Airbus A320 taking off runway 10
So now we're on
right.
gyro pilot.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left, Southwest 412.
It's going to be about 2. Oh, that's my ADF. I'm not using that. I'll say it's about that. Should be able to follow the localizer. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't go bananas. Oh. I've got the CDI set to GPS, so it's just going to follow the GPS flight plan, which is fine. But kind of wanted to mess around with VOR stations, but I don't think I will.
Good day.
worry about it. So this is, probably need to add in some carb heat. Yeah, it's saying my carburetors are starting to get cold. Is it doing that? Oh. There, I gotta turn my flight engineer off. That's what the problem is. There. They kept magically closing by themselves and didn't want that. So then I got some carb heat in there, that temperature. That carb air temperature should slowly start to come back up.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left, JetBlue 353.
Let's go to Miami Center. There will be less chatter.
Miami Center, American 1610, flight level 270. American 1610, Miami Center, radar contact, continue.
Go up to 12,000 feet. There, that's full throttle. At 12,000 feet, we're starting to really lose manifold pressure. Oop. Well, past my altitude too.
United 1049er, flight level 290. United 1049er, Miami Center, radar contact, continue.
There. Right there. So now the altitude control is engaged at 12,000 feet.
Southwest 412 traffic is 7 o'clock 3 miles at 8,300 feet, Airbus A320. Report them in sight. Southwest 412 climb and maintain flight level 210.
It's basically a straight shot to Key West from here. Start to bring those propellers back even more. It's nice that all the propellers are linked to this one handle.
Miami Center, Spirit
Go ahead and turn my volume down just a little bit. There, that's better.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, JetBlue 353.
So what's this next VOR station? .1. Might be too far away, we're not getting a signal. Did I set it right? Oh, I wonder if this is one that doesn't work. This symbol means something and I don't remember what it means. But I seem to remember never getting a signal from that one. I don't know why. UIW. We can get UIW though. There we go. That's about right. See, this just points straight at it. If you, any VOR station you program, this just points right at it. It's very handy. Kind of curious to know what flight planning is like back in the 50s and 60s. No, I'm just using the default weather. Let's add in some weather. Oh, it's live weather. That's cool. Not live time, though. Let's turn that off. Set it to a few clouds. We'll say it's closer to evening. Cool. It's really cool. You can change the weather in real time in this. It's a very underrated feature. It's another thing I wish you could do in X-Plane that you can do in this. What's my cylinder head temperature doing?
1994 Miami
find it in here. Here it is. Engines look a bit cold, I guess. Yeah, they're cold. Set these to cruise. There we go. Could probably fly a bit higher. It looks like I'm light. The way that it's pointed down like that, it looks like I'm either flying too fast or too light. I still got my landing lights on. Not that it matters. According to this, we're going maybe 143 knots. It's not too bad. Yeah, four times more levers to pull to go a fraction of the speed of a modern jet plane. Whoop, didn't mean to do that.
Miami Center, Delta 1590, flight level 330. Delta 1590, Miami Center, radar contact continue.
There, that's my thumbnail. Probably flying just a bit too fast. Bring the manifold pressure back to 40 or so. About halfway through the longest leg here. Do we have a ADF station over there? There's one right here. It's not really useful to us though. We can tune it anyway just to see what it does.
Miami Center, JetBlue 1029, flight level 350.
It's 260.
Miami Center, radar contact continue.
There. Swinging right there. So we're heading. Let's see what this. It's kind of confusing. This I don't really get this ADF gauge. I guess it's because it's not technically a compass repeater. It doesn't. This card doesn't turn automatically, so you have to turn it yourself. I don't know. Like that. What's the magnetic compass say? Yeah, about like that. So if you look at that, and look at this, yeah, it's almost a little bit more than south of, directly south of us. It's almost, yeah, it's a little bit past the south, so that makes sense. You just have to match it with your true heading, and that'll tell you where you are. I wish I knew exactly what the difference is between these two VOR stations. I need to look that up. Because this one, it doesn't, you don't get a signal from it. So what's the point of it? Oh well. No clue. Does Key West have an ILS? I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't. Boca Chica Field does. No, it doesn't either. Interesting. How are those cylinders doing? Oh yeah, they're warming up. What's it saying here? Oil temperature. Moderate stress range. I'm sure this thing has oil shutters, I just have no clue where they are. Carbs are still a bit cold. You gotta be careful though, because if you open these up too far, they heat up really fast. There, put it up to 8% and see what that does. Oil shutters. Not a clue. There's so many dang switches in this thing. Actually, we could start That snuck up on us fast. We can start descending here pretty soon. Let's bring our throttles back and start slowing down. Yeah, we need to start descending. You get this annoying unsafe buzzer if you pull the manifold pressure too far back, so I'm going to shut off the gyro pilot, just fly it in, disengage it, start descending. Actually, increasing propeller speed will probably slow us down a little bit too. There. Don't know how close we're supposed to call for clearance, but I'm going to call for clearance now. I want to know what we're doing.
Tower Clipper 6 is 19 miles northeast, 11,000 feet with Echo to land.
Clipper 6 Tower. Altimeter 29er, decimal 9er 2, wind 276 at 4. Make straight in runway 27.
Dang, flying straight in.
Fly straight in runway 27 Clipper 6.
I'm going to assume 27 is this one right here. Yes. Cool. So really if I just follow the GPS beam, it'll get me right on it. I wonder. Oh, I can. That's interesting. RNAV for 27. Vectors. Load. Activate. Oh, that's interesting. So it wouldn't give you a glide slope, but it would put you on the right track. Below 10,000 feet again, so we can turn our lights on. Y'all let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, unless my voice is too loud or too quiet, or if the music's too loud or anything else. coming up on our... Ooh. That's Key West down there. We're still too high. Might have to overshoot it just a bit so we can descend some more. Actually, let me slow down. Get to about 140 knots and put some flaps in. Dang, that sun is bright. It's a nice sunny day here in Key West. Alright, flaps 1. Should help slow us down. Didn't plan my descent very well. I might have to cut throttle completely. There we go. I don't know, that last waypoint kind of snuck up on me there. We're going faster than I thought. For a prop liner, this thing moves. I wish the DC3 was this good. There's simplicity, and then there's oh, I don't know what word to describe it. Cheapness. It's like the local legend Boeing 307 just feels cheap. It's not just that it's simple, it's just it feels cheap. Which, to be fair, it was, but still. Have to put in another notch of flaps here, since we're having a hard time descending. Does not want to descend.
Clipper 6, wind 276 at 4. Clear to land runway 27.
Cleared to land runway 27 Clipper 6.
There we go. I remember seeing in the manual for this thing that you have to keep positive engine thrust on descent, which I'm guessing this is not, this kind of slow descent is obviously not the way to do it. You're supposed to descend with power, which I don't really know what that means. Alright. Full flaps, gear down. Something tells me I'm going to royally mess up this landing and have to go around. Ugh, I'm still too high. I might make it. It's gonna be close. That's always what you want to hear from your pilot. It's gonna be close. Oh yeah, I got this. Nice.
Clipper 6 exit runway when able.
Hey, Tricidec. Yeah, I'm not descending properly. It's definitely not a good look having to do S-turns in front of the runway to get it to come down.
121.9er Clipper 6. Goodbye.
That last waypoint definitely snuck up on me. This thing flies a lot faster than I thought it does. Put the flaps up. Yeah, that's always been a struggle for me, is figuring out when to start my descent at what speeds and everything else. That's why on some modern airliners, there's literally like a little arc. So if you start a descent, you'll see that arc appear, and it'll show you exactly where on your flight path you'll arrive at your altitude. It's super handy, but obviously this kind of plane isn't going to have that. I'll just open the cowl flaps back up. Set the propeller back to maximum. And I'll just go ahead and chop the throttle to shut it down.
Parking brake is set. Cut engines.
So, obviously, I think PMDG has said that they're not going to upgrade these planes to Flight Simulator 2024 for free, so, which makes sense. Still kind of still a bit of a bummer. I don't know, just for kicks, I think we should try flying the 307 next and just compare that to this. I also have that awful Boeing 707 if we want to look at that too. Or I could just wrap it up here. That works for me too. I didn't appreciate this airplane when it came out. I just thought it was kind of temperamental with its AI flight engineer. But now that I actually know how to use it and have a good idea of how to fly it, this thing is amazing. But I think I'm going to end the stream there. Maybe start another one later doing the Boeing 707. So, thanks for watching, guys.